I think we should really get a mic. Also, we are looking proper snow leopard today. You know what I've been thinking about? Why we are so drawn to complicated suffering? Don't mind me, suffering is definitely one of the biggest and most noble feeling that a human could feel. But why does someone like Karna feel epic? Arjuna feels profound. Duryodhana feels psychologically rich. But yuyutsu, he just quietly changes sides. No breakdown, no divine reassurance, no emotional theatrics. He just sees what's wrong and moves. And somehow, that does not fascinate us much. Why? I think it's because complicated suffering protects ego. And when someone is torn, conflicted, wounded, it feels deep, layered, intelligent, human. We can say it's not that simple. That gives us room to delay, to process, and to stay where we are. But simple alignment, that's dangerous. Because once you see clearly and you don't move, there are no more excuses. Yuyutsu doesn't get Gita because he doesn't collapse. He doesn't need philosophy. He does not need any cosmic reassurance. He just decides, I'm not standing here. That's it. And maybe that's what makes him unsettling almost, because clarity demands action. Complicated suffering lets you stay in the story, alignment makes you step out of it. Here's where I draw my snow leopard back again. It doesn't roar, it doesn't announce itself, it does not perform dominance. It survives in silence. It moves when necessary, conserves energy, doesn't fight for spectacle. It exists in alignment with terrain, no drama, just precision. That's yutsu energy. But we are drawn to lions, the roaring, the battles, the visible struggle, because drama feels meaningful, silence feels ordinary. But the snow leopard isn't weak, it's just not performing. And maybe that's the difference between complicated suffering and simple alignment. One is loud and narratable, the other is quiet and irreversible. Here's the uncomfortable question though. Is complicated suffering sometimes just just refined avoidance? Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes when we say we are confused, when we are actually attached to belonging, identity, and the role we play in the conflict, and we call that depth. Simple alignment does not feel deep, it feels clean, and clean decisions doesn't give you applause. It feels clean. They give you consequences. Yuyutsu loses his tribe, the snow leopard loses visibility, but both keep something intact. Maybe we don't celebrate people like that because if we did, we'd have to admit something. Sometimes you don't need more philosophy, you don't need more reflection, you don't need another discourse on dharma. You just need to move your feet quietly, without performance, like a snow leopard crossing the ridge lines when no one is watching. And maybe that's the hardest kind of strength there is.